Good morning. Happy Saturday, everyone. I hope you're all doing well today. I'm just hopping on a minute early because direction has changed again with Facebook, and I just want to make sure I don't need to make some adjustments for you. I'm looking okay. If it's looking weird on your end, please let me know in the comments, and I will adjust. But I'm looking okay over here, so I hope you're okay on that end. So jump on and tell me what you're up to today, this Saturday. It's lovely and sunny out here in Edmonton, but in true Edmonton weather fashion, we are to get snow to welcome in spring at about midnight tonight. So, one of those days. All right. So today we are going to make 2 cards. Cheers to Saturday. And if you caught my directions, I actually didn't post them on Friday. I posted them on Thursday. I'm a day ahead of myself, and my mind's a little bit wonky this week, apparently. So I hope you caught them. If not, I will go over as we make them what you need, and you can sort of prep as you go because they're not too complicated. Hi, Lynn. How are you? So we're going to have a play with Ocean Front, which you can find on page 39 of the mini catalog, January to June. And then our second card is going to feature On the Horizon. I think you can get all of this except for right now, the cotton ribbon is on low inventory, which is making buying the bundle not available because you can't get all the pieces of the bundle. But otherwise, I do believe like the paper came back in stock and all that fun stuff. So this beautiful paper, you've seen me show it before. I will show it in some sampled cards that I have today, but it's gorgeous. So these things are probably needing to be added to your collection. This is on page 43, and as I said, the other one we're using is Ocean Front on page 39. So they're very complementary to each other, which is great. And I'll just grab them and show you in person. Like I say, as you hop on, say hello. I'm trying to do 2 things at once here if I can. I am good as well, Lynn. I had a little bit of a migraine yesterday that seems to be gone this morning, so we're in good shape. So here's On the Horizon. It's got some beautiful sentiments that are sort of mixed in font as well. Hopefully the light is not catching that. Some grasses, some like wood grain, the birds I've used so much on different cards, and it's just gorgeous. This is just gorgeous. And then it's got some dies that coordinate with it that have, obviously the wood panel gets cut out. There's some grass that you can layer over the stamp. There's some mountains that you can layer. There's some sort of backdrop greenery or mountains, whichever you want. You could even use it for sky sort of layering. There's a fence. There's some little houses. And then there's some little trees that you can layer on as well. So got some great elements in that die set as well. I don't know where that goes, so we'll just plunk it there. And then the other set is Ocean Front. So this one's just got sort of backgroundy stamps, which is really cool because you can layer up the elements. So the sky, the sort of the middle of the water, and then you can kind of do a grounding layer with this one. It's also got some rocks and some grasses and then a great little speckled option there. So you're going to see that in the cards that we create that we're going to use like this whole set. So they kind of pair up really nicely together. So that is something to look at in those 2 sets. So let's jump right into it. Hopefully everyone's ready and got their stuff prepped. And we'll get started so that we can get them both done and I can still show you some samples. So this is the card with Ocean Front. And in the directions, I said that you needed a smoky slate card base, 4.5 by 11.5, scored at 5.5 in the middle, a layer of crumb cake that is 5.25 by 4, and that's just going to layer right over top of that. And then a basic white cardstock piece at 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. So 1/8. Oh, were you having trouble finding me, Rhonda? Sorry, I didn't send you the link. But I'm glad you found me. Hello, good morning. So that's just going to layer over top of that. So we're going to build our scenery on our basic white piece. So I'll just set those to the side. And we're going to start off with our full top layer. So I call this one the top layer. So you'll see that one there. And that block is not big enough. And I'm just going to layer that onto my block. And I also did not grab a piece of scrap paper. So hang on 2 seconds. There we go. Just because I'm going to do some stamping off. And I'm trying not to use my, got caught on the rug here with my chair. There we go. I'm trying not to dirty these base sheets that I show in the video all the time. So let's put that to the side there. And then we are going to start with Balmy Blue. I've got a whole layer of inks here. So Balmy Blue ink. We are going to stamp our background stamp into the ink, and we're going to stamp it off. Now mine is slightly discolored because I used some pink shadings, but that's okay. It still works just the same. It's clean. So there we go. And then we are going to use, what did I use? Coastal Cabana. And I'm just going to clean off my stamp real quick before I put it away. So now we're going to use this middle layer here. It's so fun to create these sceneries or backdrops, whatever you want to call them. And I'm going to stamp off again. And I'm going to kind of move it down so I can get my head in here for 2 seconds and just line that up. So it kind of creates like a little horizon line between them. So there we go. And by stamping off, I'm making it sort of lighter. I probably could have inked that one a bit more. It looks like I went a little bit light on my pressure in my ink pad, but that's okay. Each one will be different. None of them will be the same. And then we're going to use this little base layer here. And that is going to be in Sahara Sand. So we got a lot of colors going on in this scene. I think I told you to grab 5 or 6 different pads. And it's kind of got a little layer there that you can kind of match up with your stamp set again. And I probably, because I have to get my head sort of in there, it might be a little off just because I can't get my head right over it, but it still looks gorgeous. So we'll just give that a clean off. So that kind of looks like our sky, our water, and then our sand, sort of what we're creating here. And then we want the grass. So this one here, you could also use that one or the little one, whichever you chose, but I chose to use the one with sort of the wheat in it. And I'm using that with mint macaron. And I'm just going to stamp it sort of in the grassy area here. And I'm doing full on ink on that one. Oh, you have this set, Carla? I love it too. I agree. Once I got on the horizon, I had to get this one because they just kind of go hand in hand together. Look at everybody out to play this morning. I'm so happy to see you all. And then we are going to grab our rock. So I'm going to use this double one here. And I need a bigger block. I truly am organized here, you guys. Sort of, kind of. I put on a good show, right? Like I am organized. All right, and then I'm going to do a little stamp off just to get a little bit off. So we're going to stamp that there. And I'm going to put another one sort of off the paper to get 2 rocks there side by side. And I did that in gray granite. Sorry, I don't think I told you that. And then I'm going to come in with my speckles and my crumb cake ink to create sort of like sandy, beachy looky going on. So I'm going to stamp off. And I'm going to turn the stamp so that I get the dots going in different directions. So I'm just kind of altering it as I go. And I'm going to go right over the rocks. This wants to stay really dark. Just sort of create that scenery look. I'm going to stamp another one down there. Okay. Everybody following along so far? Any questions? Just going to have a sip of my tea here. All right, so I think that looks pretty good. What do you guys think? I got a runny nose today. I apologize. I'm trying not to sniff. And then we're going to take the birds and the thinking of you. That's where those came from in the On the Horizon set. And our Memento Black. Like I say, I love these birds. They pretty much have gone on everything. So we'll stamp those in Memento. And then I'm going to grab the thinking of you. You can use another sentiment out of this set if you want, because obviously Oceanfront doesn't come with anything. You could do thanks, you can relax, enjoy your day, wishing you so much happiness. I think on my sample I did retirement, because you know when you retire you're going to go to the beach, right? At least I know I am. I don't know about you guys. You let me know in the comments when you retire. Maybe you're already retired. Where you went when you retired. Who am I kidding? I'll probably just live in my craft room. Oh, you don't have this set, Lynn? Yeah, you gotta get it. Do you have On the Horizon, Lynn? Because they just pair up so nicely. So now we're gonna layer our basic white piece to our crumb cake. And we're gonna finish off this card. Just like that. Oh, I think I'm making good time here, and I'm gonna get to both of them. The other one's fairly easy. I didn't cut an inside layer just to speed things up this morning, so you guys know how to finish your inside. And then I'm going to use the sea glass shapes that are on back order, or not back order. They're unavailable right now till April the 4th. So if you don't have them, you're going to have to wait a little bit to get them, but they're gorgeous. So they've kind of got a mixture of colors. So I'm just going to grab a white one. Whoops. Doesn't want to stay on my take your pick tool this morning. And I'm just going to sort of add those in. And this sort of light green, I don't know the colors off the top of my head. I didn't look them up beforehand. And just place those in wherever you want. They all come sort of in different sizes, so you can definitely mix and match like you would find sea glass. Come on, take your pick. Doesn't want to cooperate with me today. There we go. And then I like to keep them in odds, so I've got 5 on here. And then this card will be finished. I'm going to put this one, oops, right there. So that is the card using the oceanfront with just a little accent of On the Horizon and the bird and the greetings. Pretty, right? Okay. Everyone got them done? Oh, you don't have them, Carla? They're gorgeous. An ocean cabin as long as there's a craft room. Well, the ocean cabin could be the whole craft room. Come on, Carla. Think big. Think big. Isn't that what they say on the commercial? So another one that I did, I changed up the colors. I got a little muck there, so just ignore it. I don't know what happened. I did sort of the mint macarons, the Coastal Cabana, I think, or Bermuda Bay. I'm not sure which color I used there. And then sort of just created the same sort of scene, did the grasses in black, and then just a little sentiment from another set. Oh, I forget what that one's called. Something in Heartfelt, I think. And then just use the pebbles, which comes in the On the Horizon collection. So nice and simple, basic, just stamps, paper, and ink, a little bit of embellishment, and you're good to go. So that is the sample for that one. So then on the next one, let me just grab all my pieces here. Here is a fun one, and this one I did not create the original. This is Sherry Roth from Stamped Treasures that did this one, and I think it's gorgeous. So I cased it from her. Make sure you can actually see that. So what you need for this one is a thick card base that is 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. You need tailor-made tag dies. Cut the biggest one. Mine's out of Misty Moonlight, which will be retiring soon. So if you love it, you may want to pick it up. I've got in the New Horizon Designer Series paper cut down to 1 3/4 by 3 5/8. And we're going to sort of just trim off to match up. When we layer it, we're going to trim off these corners to sort of match up in a moment. I have got a die cut out of the fence from the On the Horizon dies. Or no, that's not what they're called. They're from the Horizon dies. So I've used this fence piece. Nope, it's this one here. This fence piece. It's upside down. Silly me. So we've got a little piece of that. We've got the cotton pink, petal pink ribbon from the On the Horizon pack. It also comes with a Misty Moonlight. It's on low inventory right now, so that's why that bundle or that sweet collection is not orderable, because this is in low inventory. We are going to use the Pebbles shapes. So that's these guys right here, Pebbles enamel shapes. And then we are going to use Petal Pink ink and Gray Granite. And then we're going to use the On the Horizon stamp set. Okay, we're all ready? Got your pieces ready? We can get rid of that paper. Oh, you don't have that one either, Lynn. Oh my goodness, you have to get both of these. They're gorgeous. So we're going to get the Thinking of You sentiment out, and we're going to make a little background. As soon as I find the block here. There we go. Let me just straighten it out. There we go. So we're going to use our Petal Pink ink, and we're going to kind of create a little background. So as you can see, I've just kind of got the Thinking of You in the background, and I'm just going to randomly stamp it wherever. I'm going to stamp it off just sort of everywhere. Some of it will be hidden, but it's just sort of giving the illusion that it's there and that it will be poking out. I went a little light-handed there in a couple areas, but that's okay. It kind of gives you an off rustic sort of feeling. So I'm just going to hold my tag there and make sure that I've got enough words that I want to see and that it looks pleasing to the eye for myself. And you can do the same. I just kind of hovered it above. All right. So then what we're going to do is we are going to line up our paper sort of with the dots. And then you're going to see that it's going to overhang a little bit. So you're just going to take your snips. I'm going to hold it with my thumb. And I'm just sort of going to follow that dotted line and snip that off. So I've got it right along the dotted lines. We'll do this side and I'll hold it up a little bit closer that you can see. And I'll just make sure the camera's focusing there. There we go. So we've just trimmed that off just to fit inside of the tag nicely. And then we can go ahead and we can seal that down. I think this one is actually a play off of one that Shelly did in one of our convention online events not too long ago. I can't remember which one. So I'm just using some Tombow. Didn't want to come out very well. Just on the back of the fence here. You could use an adhesive sheet when you cut it out if you wanted to, and then it would be like a sticker for you. And I'm just going to sort of apply this to the corner. And if you wanted to sponge on, you know, some gray or some Sahara sand or something to kind of age it, you could even cut it out of some of the In Good Taste Designer Series paper to kind of give it that weathered look. Or the, I think it's the Honeybee Home one, also has some weathered sort of white picket fencey type looking paper in it. So I'm going to attach some dimensionals to the back because I want this to pop up off the front. This is a quick and easy card to do and very effective, I think. So we'll just peel those off. So who's making the cards along with me today? Or are you going to make them later on? And you're just going to watch me and how I do it. Is anybody getting crafty today? All right. And then we'll tie a little bow. Oops, I didn't stamp on my, got ahead of myself here. Hang on. I didn't stamp on the grass, you guys. Nobody said anything. Let me just pull this up. I'll make a bit of a mess, but that's okay. There we go. Hang on 2 seconds. Hopefully you're a little bit behind me and you haven't already stuck this down. If you have, you're watching me rip it up. We need the graph. I was too busy talking and looking at the screen at the comments that I gapped out on what I was doing here. You're crafting today, Carla? Good stuff. Okay, so we're gonna just tuck this grass in here behind. There we go. And I did that in the gray granite, so that's why I told you to bring out the gray granite. And then we can just go ahead and stick that back down. And my glue dot or my pop dots are still okay, so I'll just go ahead and stick this right back down where I had it. See, nobody's the wiser other than you guys, because you watched me rip it off. Okay, back to the show here. We are going to tie a bow. Now this cotton ribbon ties such great bows. I just love it. So we've got that, that looks good. We'll trim off the tails. The linen thread, obviously, I promote that to the umpteenth because I love it. Would also look very nice on this, but this, or the Misty Moonlight, but I like the pink to match the words that I put in the back. So I'm just going to put a glue dot there in the middle of the tag and stick my bow down. And if my tails don't match, we'll trim them off. And then we've got our bow on the front. Pretty. And then to finish it off, we're going to put some pebbles on. Easy card, right? There we go. So as I said, this is not mine. It's Sherry Roth from Stamped Treasures. The other one was mine. Come on, you. Sometimes these pebbles are so stuck down. There we go. And this one, I didn't glue my little flaps on my fence right down. So I'm just tucking a little, if I use my take or cook tool, it'll probably be easier. I'm just going to sort of tuck a pebble in behind that edge of the fence there. I'll hold it up in 2 seconds and show you what I did there. So it's just kind of tucked in behind the little lip to make it look like it's kind of in behind the fence. Okay, and that is the card. I'd stamp the inside and be done with it, and the envelope and finish it off. But super pretty and easy, right? good plan, Lynn. You watch now and get the sets and then play later. You can always watch the video again on replay and also on the YouTube channel, so whichever is easiest for you. So that is the cards, my friends. I hope you enjoyed them. I've got some extras here to show you. I just did a sympathy card, note card class, and so I used the On the Horizon paper, or New Horizon, sorry, Designer Series paper to feature because it's gorgeous, and just did some black layering, the birds, and then just some different sympathy sets, or sentiments, sorry, just using different papers, but those birds came into play a lot in this. This one I did back with the Blackberry Bliss, but just simple little note cards for sympathy. I added some trees from the Mountain Air set and the birds. So I mixed and matched a couple sets, but the On the Horizon birds are on the inside of that one. I just wanted to feature the papers in these, of course, because it's gorgeous. Just some birds on the inside, very simple. The note cards are great because, you know, you don't want to write a long-winded card when it's a sympathy, really. You just want it to be straightforward. So just nice and gorgeous. And then this one is from Rachel Tessman of Stamp Your Art Out. She die cut out the paper and sort of layered it in and then embossed the background, and then just stamp your birds and your sentiment before you emboss it, so that it kind of all gets that texture. But simple, right? Using up scraps of what I had from when I made these cards, I created this one. So lots of fun. Those are all the extras, and then these are the ones, of course, that we made today. So I hope that you enjoyed today and you've got some good. I didn't give you too many tips today because there's not a lot to these cards, but I hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you. No, I won't be here next week, actually. I am finishing up. I started a photography course 2 years ago when COVID first started. I'm finishing up my last section of what I'm taking next weekend. So I won't be live. I am planning to do a recording, and then that will post at the same time. You just won't see me live. So, and then I'll be back the following week. So everyone have a wonderful Saturday. Thank you for tuning in and joining me this morning. And I will see you soon. If you have any questions, just send me a quick message and I'm happy to help. All right, take care. Bye-bye.